Hello yarn friends! In today's video I'm going to be showing you how to make this easy cup cozy with a heart on it. These are great for Valentine's Day or any time of the year. Let's go ahead and actually jump into the materials and let's get started. Now materials are really simple for this. You just need 2 colors of 4-weight yarn. I'm actually going to be making the hearts with this and sewing it onto my cream. You will also need a stitch marker, a pair of scissors, and then a 5.5mm hook or an eye crochet hook. I'm using my Furls crochet hooks. If you guys haven't tried these out before, go ahead, check the description box down below and I do have a link for that. So let's go ahead and jump into the tutorial. To start this cup cozy, you want to make a slip stitch and chain 22 stitches. Now a chain is just where you yarn over and pull through. So go ahead and make a chain of 22 stitches. Don't do this too tight and meet me back here. Once you have your 22 chains, you want to join to the first stitch that you made. Now you want to make sure that this is not twisted. Then we are just going to join with a slip stitch. Go ahead and chain up 1. Now back into the same space where you connected, we are going to start with a half double crochet. So yarn over, go back into that same space right here, pull up a loop, yarn over, and draw through all 3 loops on your hook. Now you want to continue to do that all the way around, just making half double crochets. At the end of row 1, you'll have a total of 22 half double crochets. Go ahead and do that and meet me back here. Once you have your 22 half double crochets, we are going to actually join with a slip stitch to the first half double crochet. So pull through and pull through. Now what we're going to do is chain up 2 for round 2, and now we're actually going to turn our work. I just kind of like to flip it inside out at this point. Now what we're going to do, this is going to count as a chain 2 plus, or excuse me, we're going to do chain 2. It's going to count as a double crochet chain 1. We're going to skip this first stitch, we're going to skip the second stitch, and into this third stitch, kind of from where our hook is, we are going to place 1 double crochet into that space. And then we will chain 1, skip a stitch, and then into the following stitch we will place a double crochet. So we're going to repeat that all the way around, chain 1, skip a stitch, double crochet. You will end up having 12 of these guys right here. So go ahead and do that and meet me back when you get to this last part here. At this point, you will have 11 of these posts, including this chain right here. So now for row 3, what we want to do is attach into our first stitch right here with a slip stitch. Okay, now something I want to point out is we have this stitch right here, and that's where we're going to be working into for our next round. So what we want to do is we are going to chain up 1, grab your stitch marker, and just insert that into that chain 1 space. Now turn your work. We're turning at the end of every round. And now here's where it gets a little tricky. Now what we want to do is we're going to work a double crochet, but we're actually going to work into the stitch in the row below. So the one that we skipped with our slip stitch. So we are going to go right here, as you see that double crochet right below, and we're going to draw up a loop. Yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over and pull through 2. Okay, and then we will chain 1, skip the double crochet, and then we're going to make a double crochet into this space right here in the row below. So we're not going into the space, we're going into the stitch below. Draw up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn turn over and pull through 2. Chain 1, and then we're going to continue to do that all the way around. So we're chaining 1, skipping the double crochet from the previous row here, and then we're going to work a double crochet down below. Just like that. Chain 1, skip this stitch, go into the one right here, and work a double crochet. Chain 1. Now go ahead and do this until you get back to your stitch marker and meet me back at this video. Now when you do your last double crochet, you always end with the chain 1. Now the space where we have our stitch marker, that is where we want to join with a slip stitch. So you can leave your marker in there or take it out. I like to take it out at this point, and then we're going to join with a slip stitch. Chain 1, and then replace your marker, so again that you know where we will be joining for the next round. Now remember to turn your work. I kind of just turn it inside out. That part's not necessary, but it makes it a little bit easier. Remember to turn your work at the end of every row. And this is going to start the same as last row. So now we're going to go this first row. There's going to be the double crochet down here, and we're just right here is going to be the chain. The beginning of row 3 doesn't really have a. This is going to be that chain from the first row. So we're going to work our first double crochet into that chain from the row below. Chain 1. And now we're going to do the same. We're going to be working into these double crochets from the previous row. So not into the space, but into the row below. Now you want to do this until you have a total of 8 rows like this. So we are on row 4 technically for the whole pattern, but we're in row 3 of this stitch pattern. So you want to continue to do this, chain 1, work into the double crochet until you have a total of 8 rows. When you have a total of 8 rows, go ahead and meet me back here and we'll show you how to finish this part off, and then we'll move on to making the heart. Okay, so here we are at our last row. I went ahead and joined with a slip stitch, and we're going to do the same thing. We're going to chain 1 and turn our work. And now we're going to close up these holes right here. So just like we've been doing, we're going to do a double crochet into the stitch down below. But instead of chaining 1, we're just going to place a single crochet on top of the double crochet right here. And then we'll work a double crochet into the stitch below. And then work a single crochet right here. And get a little bit closer up and show you guys doing the double crochet and then the single crochet right here. Now do that until you get back to the beginning, and then we'll finish off. Now we are going to end with a single crochet into that double crochet, a single crochet into this little space here. And then we can just go ahead and slip stitch to the first single crochet that you made. I like to do one more slip stitch into the next stitch, but that's just all me, how I like to do it. Now chain 1, leave a little bit of a tail for sewing, and go ahead and pull that through, and then I like to make a knot. All right, so let's go ahead. As you see here, the seam is pretty much invisible. Now go ahead and switch over to your other yarn. Now we're going to make the heart. So we do want to start with a magic ring or a magic loop. And if you do not know how to do this, go ahead and click the link above here, and I will have a video on how to do that. Now, what we want to do, sorry, I'm having a little hard time with my magic ring there. We want to chain up 3, 1, 2, and 3. And now we're going to place 3 triple crochets into the ring. So to do a triple crochet, we are actually going to yarn over 2 times. We're going to go back into that space, draw up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over and pull through 2 more. Yarn over and pull through 2. Okay, so do that again. So yarn over twice, go into that space, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over and pull through 2. So do that one more time so that we have a total of 3 triple crochets. Okay. Now we're going to place 3 double crochets back in that same ring. So yarn over once, go through 2, go through 2. So there's 1. Here is 2, and here is 3. Ooh, my yarn decided to roll up on me. Okay, now at this point we are actually going to do another triple crochet. So yarn over 2 times, go in, go through 2 loops, go through 2 loops, and go through 2. Now we will chain 1. If you want to move your stitches over a little bit, you can. Now chain 1 and do 1 more triple crochet back into that space. Through 2, through 2, and through 2. All right. Now from here we want to start working back up the other side, so we're going to place 3 double crochets into that ring. Here is 1, 2, and 3. It's looking a little funky. Don't worry guys, it's going to come together here at the end. Now at this point we want to place 3 triple crochets into that ring, so go ahead and do that again. There, oops. Triple crochets, so we're going to yarn over twice. Go ahead and do 3 of those. Now that you have those last 3 triple crochets done, we're going to chain up 3, 1, 2, and 3, and then we are just going to slip stitch back into the center of the ring. Now, if you like, you can actually go ahead and pull that center chain tight. Go ahead and chain up 1, leave quite a bit of a tail because I'm actually, we're going to sew these on, and go ahead and clip that. Once you have that clipped, go ahead and pull that through the ring and then finish pulling that center tight. And a little bit of better light here. This is what your heart will look like. Depending on what kind of yarn you use, it will come out looking a little differently. At this point, you would get your cozy, get your heart, and you just go ahead and get a tapestry needle and sew that on. That is how easy it is to make this cup cozy. If you liked this video, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up. Leave me a comment down below. Let me know what you guys thought of today's video. Make sure you're subscribed so you get notified when I release more crochet tutorials. Thanks guys, see you all next time.